Hello everyone, welcome. This is my second haircut tutorial ever. Today we'll be doing a skin fade to a number 3. As you can see, I am shaving it with the 0 at the moment. I have made more videos in the future with better audio. Yes, I forgot to do the before, but that is the before. I know with YouTube you can actually slow down the video and see things in slow motion, but I just wanted to show you guys a majority of the cut within a 10-minute time frame, so that way you can, get the whole idea of the video and watch it. I am putting the 0 around on the other side. I do speed up the video when I go on the other side because you won't be able to see it. So I will also be posting videos in the future with different styles and different angles, so I'm still getting used to everything. Thank you for bearing with me. Now we are putting the 0 in. Make sure you can take the lever and you can open it up. So here I'm taking the T trimmer and putting in the double 0 per se. There's triple zeros, quad zeros, and then there's like 5 quintuplet zeros or something like that, some barbers consider, but most of us just say like 0, double 0, or like skin bald or tapered. Now as you can see right there, I sometimes use a tissue to get the hair out of the way. Some barbers, they actually will get like a little brush of some sort and actually brush away the hair. That's really important. If you're if you're a beginner, getting an actual little tiny brush and brushing the hair away so you can see the fade clearly. I know in barbering school and cosmetology school they teach you guys to put a guideline in. I don't usually use a guideline, I kind of eyeball it, but I make sure on both sides it's both equal. Of course, for beginners, I don't suggest you doing that, but after I put the trimmer in, I went back in which you just saw right there, which was the shaver, and I put the bald fade right on the bottom. I kind of tapered it, but really this is a high fade. So here we are putting the half clipper cover over the clipper itself. So I started at the very bottom, tapered it with the shaver, the Anda shaver. Then I used the trimmer and flicked it up so we can get that nice close shave. Then the 0, I started with the 0, and now we're doing the half. Now if you notice, what I usually do is I will open up the blade and then go back at it and then put the higher guard on it, the clipper guard. The clipper guard is that thing I use. Here we go. Make sure you use that to open it up. Yes, I do need to tighten my clipper a little bit. It's a little shaky right there, but I promise you the fade's gonna look really nice. Yes. So I'm just going back at it with the opened 0. So you could say 0 opened, right under that half fade. And then I'm just going to go back at it with that half over again. Just make sure it's nice. Make sure you always flick up with the wrist. Flick up with the wrist, very important. Slapping that one right on there. I'm just going to go around the head. That's looking great. Sorry, I keep blocking the camera. In my other videos that I recorded, I blocked myself. Don't worry, I delete it. We're just going to do that on the other side. We have the 1. So again, we tapered. It's not really a taper. Some people could say it's a taper. Technically it's a taper, but I do hit it with the box shaver at the very bottom. Then I do use the trimmer and flick it up. And here we are going back with the half. And I'm just opening it up right there, just opening it up. And just putting that right under that 1 to get that line away. Now I'm going to show you a circle around per se, where I show you the whole head at one point, and that won't be the end of the cut, because I usually do a nice little like wet towel wipe so you can really get the hair up, because when you're doing these skin fades, it's really influenced by like dirt, hair, and oil and stuff, and that's why some people need like a brush or some water. You can actually use some water and a towel and just spray it at the very beginning and wipe the client's hair. And here's the 1 again, to get the hair sticking up, so that way there's no like hair product or anything laying the hair down, messing up the fade per se. And you can just do that a wipe. I do that eventually, you'll see it. But we are doing the 1.5. I don't know why my 1.5 is a B for some reason. Yes, it's kind of a knockoff brand, but you know, it works. Yeah, it's very similar to the Wahl 1.5. I have the Wahl 1.5 clipper guard, and it's the same, yeah. So I'm just gonna go over that. Of course, there's the one under it, and you can see the gradation. Kind of right above the ears. We didn't do the line. I'm gonna go back at the one, opening it up right under that. Perfect. Now the cool thing about this style that we're doing right here, my client's name is Marcus. He likes it really short on the sides so it lasts long. He loves a military look, short on top, and very easy to do. So if you're the type of guy who likes to, there's the 1.5 again. If you're the type of guy who likes to have a long-lasting haircut with good style, this is probably the style you want to go for. A high zero fade. It's really short, as you can see. You can see the skin. It will be short on top. We will be scissor layering it. And here's the thing, since it's faded from a bald taper to a 3, you can actually, as time progresses, when the hair grows out, it looks really nice, and it shapes the face structure more. Because of course, you know, the 3 is going to grow out farther than the 0 at the bottom, but there's the number 2. And here's the cool thing that I do. I always use a clipper guard and have them palmed in my hand so I can switch them back and forth. I know some barbers don't really use clipper guards that much. You know, I attach them a lot, but for me, I like to prevent as much human error as possible. And when you are constantly switching between guards, you're guaranteeing to make sure that you are cutting the client's hair that length every single time. If you kind of eyeball it every time, you know, some days you're not going to get it perfectly, but using the guards consistently and all the time may take a little bit more effort, but you're guaranteed to get that same length every single time. So as I said before, we have the bald taper fade at the bottom, or just the baldness, or whatever you may say it. And right here we're lining them up. Make sure you go very gently, guys, and make sure you test the trimmer on your wrist prior. I did delete myself doing that, and I just kind of followed with the lineup with the box shaver. Blow dry the hair off, get it off the client. Boom, there we go, looking nice. You know, I'm loving the fade. Now we're not done yet. The fade is there, it looks beautiful, but right there, I just got done like wiping down his hair, and you can see the wonderful gradation. Yes, right now I'm going back into the hair, and I'm actually using the 3 and holding his hair back and getting every single piece that may be missing, that's like, that may be sticking out, because you don't want your clients to see that hair sticking out. As you see, he just pointed to his left side. Always listen to your clients, you know. If they want something in particular, go ahead and do it, you know. And never be afraid to ask a client, like, do you want to edit it? You know, you want to change something up, you know? Yeah, make them feel okay to want to add something to the haircut, you know? Because I'm not saying we're bad barbers if they have to correct us or add something to it. It's just the client feels more in control, and it's just so much more professional, you know, and you get them what they want. I use the thinning shears, that way we can add texture and take off length. I'm pulling it back, cross-sectioning it. I did blow dry it so we can see the hair dry, so I'm cutting it naturally while it's dry. I'm cross-checking it in that direction, so I actually stand behind him, in front of him, and to the side of him, so that way I can section it off. I stand in 3 directions, and we're going back at it again because my buddy likes to really round it off. You know, detail is so important. Letting him touch it. Always let the client, you know, before you finish the haircut, you just be like, don't be like, oh, we're done right here. I always ask here, touch your hair, tell me how you feel, what would you like to change about it? You know, I asked him multiple times when we're getting close to the finishing points. And just doing that alone is just gonna get you some extra tips, or more important, a returning client. Because returning clients are super key. I'm going at it again, adding some texture, using the blow dryer. Wow, lineup's looking clean. It's a long-lasting haircut. The fade looked nice. And as time progresses, that 3 on top, because I faded it from a bald taper fade skin to a number 3, and that 3 is going to grow out and shape out his face more, and it's going to be long lasting. Now I use hairspray to get, oh yeah, my favorite, the lint roller. That's my secret right there. The lint roller gets the hair, ooh, look at that, the fade's looking fresh, hair is clean, nice and short, easy to do, out the window. Love you, Marcus. Like, share, subscribe.